Now, earlier this week, the country learned about the death of radio DJ and founder of the local streetwear brand Loxion Kulca, Mzwandile Nzimande, who was also a DJ and popularly known as DJ Wandi, died earlier in the week in Johannesburg. He was known as a storyteller and a highly accomplished figure in the South African music scene. The Loxion Kulca brand has been the embodiment of popular culture and draws the African principles of Ubuntu. The country has lost an icon, someone who was and still is respected by those around him and beyond. To tell us more about the life and times of DJ Wandi, as was affectionately known, is Cleo Zwane, who is the family representative. Cleo, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us and a warm welcome to Morning Live.
Morning to everyone, and thank you for having me.
His death caught us by surprise, and we are so shocked at the untimely death of DJ Wandi. Just take us through where you were when you learned the news of Mzwandile's passing and your reaction thereof.
Well, like most people, I've been working from home since lockdown began last year. And I heard from a mutual friend. And at the time, we weren't 100% sure because the source, we weren't quite sure of the credibility of the source. But unfortunately, a few minutes later, another call came in to confirm that it really was true. And to be honest, I think for a few minutes after that, I think I just sat down and just disbelief, or maybe it was denial while trying to process the whole thing.
I guess so. I guess it was denial for most people because they didn't have the time to say their last goodbyes, and they'll find it very, very difficult to come to terms with his death. And as the founder of South Africa's local streetwear, Loxion Kulca, what do you think his work meant for the people of South Africa and those who followed similar patterns?
We have to give respect to both Wandi and Chaba for the creation of Loxion Kulca, because it was truly a phenomenon and was pivotal in kickstarting this new wave of street culture in what was, now the new South Africa, as we used to always call it then. None of us had ever seen anything like this. This was like putting up a sign or just pitching up a flag, just for everyone, and just to say to all the children of Soweto, of Umlazi, of Khayelitsha, Tembisa, anyway, that was deemed to have been previously a place of zero opportunities, to tell those young people that things really have changed. We really can rise up and achieve the unachievable or do the undoable. So for me, it was a core ingredient to the inspiration that it gave young people at the time, and I guess it continues to do so.
Many knew him for his influence in the pop culture and street fashion, and as someone who knew him personally, what was he to you?
Look, beyond the glitz and the glam and the achievements that touched many people in South Africa, laid a gentle soul. And what he meant to me was loyalty and love for his craft and his family. He was a true family man. He was grounded by and believed in family, and he truly loved his wife, his three daughters, yes, his mom, rest in peace, his brothers, and his father. And that's what he meant to me, really, is that he was really just a simple guy.
He certainly was. And what are you going to miss most about him? And how should South Africans remember him?
For me, personally, I'm just going to miss a funny guy, a friend that was a know-it-all, essentially, and had a great idea for everything. I'm going to miss his music, from his sets. That he would, call me and send me after playing them on radio, or me calling him, if I've heard something that he's been playing on radio, and honestly, just the chats on the phone for hours and hours at a time. So there's a big void that is just really, really going to leave in my life personally. But for South Africa, I would really want them to remember to remember Wandi really as a guy who achieved extraordinary things, and to remember that it can be done and you can do it.
Cleo, the Loxion Kulca brand, it dominated the local fashion scene in the early 2000s, and it was the go-to brand for celebrities such as Fat Joe, Zola 7, Pro Kid, Double HP. So now that the founder or the co-founder is gone, where do you see this brand going?
Look, in 2019, the brand, celebrated its 20th anniversary. And behind Wandi and his business partner, I see the brand continuing. He had a very loyal and good team, a street team that continued to make the brand relevant, to continue to get the brand into the shops. So it will definitely live way long after he's gone, and I'm sure, and I just hope that his kids, will live to see and benefit from its success.
Have any details about his funeral been released?
So the funeral arrangements are ongoing and in the process of being finalized by the family. But what I can say for now is that, there will be a memorial tomorrow from 3 to 5. And the details of which, in terms of how people, his fans, his, people he mentored, his partners or whatever, and how people at large, really, if they really do want to share in this, the details of how to access the link to the memorial of Wandi Nzimande will be shared on social media a little later today.
Okay, please share those social media handles with us so we can be able to check it out.
I sure will when I get it. It won't be long from now. Thank you so much.
Okay, Cleo Zwane, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time.
I really appreciate it.
All right, that was Cleo Zwane, the family spokesperson for Mzwandile Nzimande, who passed away earlier this week. May he rest in peace.